Yeah, we're going to wait 30 seconds.
Hi, welcome to Live Trends Live.
Let's give it another second. I know we're waiting on everybody to finish up here. We're coming in live, right? Okay.
Yes.
All right. Most of you.
Hey, everybody. Woohoo!
There we go. All right.
Hi. Welcome.
I think we're all here, right?
No, we've got people coming in. We're all good. There's a whole bunch of people
Hi,
online. So this is great.
Hi.
Okay. Good evening, everybody. So here we are, Live Trends Live. We're ready to get started. We've got, obviously, this is an historic night. And I seem like I've been saying that a lot lately, but I think we are creating history. And that's why I get so excited about sharing this. But tonight, we really are this is a historic night because tonight we actually begin this what I consider to be an historic trek to 1 million people joining this e-gig with CBD between now and the end of the year. Now, that's a pretty big number, 1 million. It really is. But I actually believe we're going to do it. And I think the only question that everybody's going to have is, how many of that million people that joined just in this first year in 2020 are going to be part of your 10 tiers? Obviously, the bigger that number is, the more money you're going to be making as we go through this presentation tonight. And because of how simple and easy and exciting and fun that I think this business is going to be, everybody should have great success. So tonight, what we're going to do is, I'm going to take you through kind of the journey of, what we're all about. Most of you have seen the presentation. If you haven't, tonight we'll put up the link and you can go take a look at it so you can actually see the video. And then actually from there is where you're going to be sending everybody to enroll for free and sign up. And we'll talk more about that at the end. But I'm going to take you through this little bit of a journey right now of what we're all about, which is really important, what really makes us really different and unique. And then I'm going to talk a little bit about the income possibilities with this and why. And then finally, what I'm going to do is share with you kind of the simple steps on how to build it. Because this is going to be one of the easiest things anybody could ever do. So let's begin. And I want to start with, what makes this opportunity so unique. We're the first e-gig. Now think about that. There's never been a thing called an e-gig. That was actually a name that we've trademarked. And it is very unique and it is very different because we're unlike any other type of business that's ever existed before now. And again, as I go through this, you're going to kind of see why. But an e-gig basically is an online business that's either shared with people through a website or through an app, which we're building right now as we speak. And what makes it very, very unique is that everybody can do this and do it sitting at home. And I always say, I don't know, we got to come up with a term for what we are. We're like the casual company, because I always say you can actually sit at home literally in your pajamas and build this. And I mean that. I think you really can. And obviously right now with what's going on throughout the world, there is a lot of anxiety. There is a lot of stress. There is a lot of worries. As a matter of fact, a good doctor friend of mine, it's a cardiologist that is actually going to be joining the company here. And I'm hoping to have him actually be able to talk to everybody next week. He's going to be joining our medical product board that we're putting together. And but the only problem he's having right now is they're overwhelmed at the hospitals. I mean, it's really a serious situation. But whether he comes on live or I get a little recorded message from him, I'm going to try to make that happen for our Tuesday call. So again, getting back to what makes this just, I think, so unique is that number one, besides being the first e-gig, which I think, again, is different and fun. But what makes it so unique is everything's free, right? I mean, when you're able to actually share something with somebody and they're always looking for the catch or the hook, right? Okay, what do I got to spend? What do I got to pay? What do I have to do? And all of a sudden, when they're looking at this, they see it's free. It's free to sign up. Think about it, it's free to sign up. There's no cost or anything. It's free to get access to this unbelievable wholesale price. And remember, that's one of the things we're doing that's very unique about an e-gig, is that we're not taking products and putting them out there in the marketplace, for the American consumer at retail. We're really doing this at true wholesale. So number one, right there, that's a very exciting concept for people to say, wow, I can get unbelievable pricing. I get it at wholesale. And then on top of the fact that they can do that, our shipping's free. So all our products will be shipped free to the end user. So think how convenient and nice it's going to be for people when they're looking at this. They're going, yeah, look at this, man. These are unbelievable prices, top quality products. Doesn't cost me anything to join. My products are free to be shipped, and I only have to purchase what I want when I want. There's no requirements to purchase anything. I mean, again, that's what I love about this, and I'm not worried about that, and you won't be either, because people are going to purchase simply because these are great products, and it's great pricing, and it's products that people really want. And when people really want something and they need it, particularly right now, this is a product everybody really needs, then you don't have to worry about people making the purchase they are. But the great thing is, with all that being said, everything being free, and the distribution method is so unique and so simple, there's no qualifications either for you to earn commissions. Think about that. No qualifications to earn commissions. I mean, in every other deal I've ever seen in my life, you have to jump through all these hoops in order to qualify to get your commissions. There's nothing like that. As a matter of fact, some people say, well, is this kind of like network marketing? My answer is really no. We're probably and I don't have anything against network marketing, but I think we're kind of the anti-network marketing, because we're the exact opposite of everything that they do. And I've been in the industry all my life, so I know, what everybody does and all the hoops you have to jump through and all the things you have to do. And we've taken all that away. And that was the concept here. I truly wanted something that would be good for the masses, that every person in America would look at this and say, you know what? I have no reservation whatsoever sending this to everybody I know. Because the truth is, you don't really care what they do. If they don't see it, great. It doesn't matter. But if you just send it to people and they look at this and they see free, 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 no requirements, no qualifications. Oh, and by the way, they can make a lot of money. It's pretty hard to say no to. So what I'm going to share with you right now, because we've talked about, what the C-Gig's all about, and I talked to you very simply about how easy it is to be involved. And of course, there's a very simple process, and this is what's beautiful too. The process to help this thing go viral for you and for every person you share this with is already in place. And we're going to talk about that at the end. That's the how-to. How do you actually take this and build it and do it very simply? So we're going to hit that on the end. But before I do that, I do want to talk about one other part of this, and that is the actual, the product itself, and of course the money. So just for a minute on the product. As everybody knows, it's going to be in the CBD wellness line. And I know I've had some people ask, well, when can we see this? And I said very close. I mean, we're going to have the first products ready for distribution by the end of April, or maybe a little sooner. And I'm hoping that next week, in addition to maybe introducing the doctors that are going to be joining us, I'm hoping also to maybe unveil, some first looks at the products and stuff. But I can tell you what they are. These are products that are all built that are of the highest quality from the best, labs and manufacturing facilities in the United States. And they're designed to do something that we all need right now. Number one, to build our immune system, which CBD has been known to do and really assist and help with. But secondly, to help in these other areas too, like you said, in the areas of stress and anxiety, which everybody's feeling. I mean, just us, we've been quarantined now for a week. And, is it 2 weeks, maybe? 2 weeks, okay. Wow, 2 weeks. And of course, our children are home from school, or our child is home from school. And so they're here every day, 24/7, under your feet, and and then you need to play with them, and you have to have fun together. And you're looking at the four walls and going, okay, how much longer am I going to do this? So it does create just a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of stress with everybody. So obviously, that's one of the great products we'll have there too, is something that can really kind of help with that, to ease a little of that stress and anxiety. And of course, finally, the last thing that we're going to be looking at, this initial wave of products, is something to really assist with sleep, because again, that's another thing that happens during kind of stressful times, is people have trouble sleeping at night because they're worried about things. And so we want to have a product that really helps people be able to have that restful good night's sleep. So that's kind of in the category we're talking about. Now this line is going to expand and expand and expand, and people can pick and choose whatever they want whenever they want. But that's where we're going to be starting with, and that's what we plan to have in place when we launch the first wave of products here in the latter part of April. So next week, we'll start unveiling some of that, but that doesn't stop you from doing anything right now, because it's all in place. And remember, it's not like somebody's taking a risk here. It's free, 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 no requirements, no requirements. And I'll probably be saying that over and over again, because that's really what's going to create this viral growth. So with that being said, let's take a quick look at how much money can be made here through such a simple concept. So if you would, Tracy, could you put up a little screen share for us? And you're going to see now on the screen, you're going to see this little chart we put together. And for those of you that have been in the life trends and the travel side, and this is the CBD side, you'll kind of recognize this, because remember, every e-gig we do, the CBD or travel or the next e-gig is all going to be built around this 10-tier referral system. They're all going to be the same. And that's one of the things you have to look at when you're looking at this business too right now, as you get involved in it and you start sharing this and people coming on the CBD. We all know travel is going to come back in a big way in a couple months. As a matter of fact, that pent up desire to go and do something for every American is going to be there as soon as we're all free to travel again. So it's going to be a huge boom for the travel industry. And of course, we're all built in place and ready to go when that time happens. So again, the beauty of this is that whether a person does a CBD or they do the travel or they do, the next e-gig, which could be, we're looking at fashion, we're looking at golfing equipment, we're looking at a wine and spirits company, we're looking at all kinds of interesting e-gigs that we can make available to everybody. But if you look at this chart, this is how you make money. Now you see in this example, it's showing, the number of DBOs, that's people that sign up to the business, are called a DBO, digital business owner. And all it's really showing you is that it's showing on your first tier, and that's the people you personally enroll, right? That's the people you enroll for free. Now, again, here's the thing that you've got to really think about real hard. When you look at these numbers, this is based on 5 getting 5, right? And it's based on a minimum on 1 product order, per each one of those DBOs saying they purchased something. That's only 1 product. They can purchase 2, 3, or 4, or 5 products. Let's say they only purchase 1. You're making $2.50 minimum, and it could be more than that on every product purchase through all 10 tiers. Look at the money this starts to generate as your organization is growing. And why is it going to grow very rapidly? Because free, 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 no requirements, no requirements. Free, 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 no requirements, no requirements. Which means we've taken down all the barriers, which means this can grow very, very rapidly. That's why we can get to 1 million people by the end of this year. And when you look at these numbers, for the first time, I can actually look at those numbers and say, those are conservative. Because to me, in where we've set this up, 5 is almost laughable. It's almost laughable. I mean, I kind of challenged my wife to see if she could put in 200 people. And again, she's not a person that's a salesperson. That's the beauty of this. I told somebody, it's a friend of mine, it's an attorney, he might be on the call tonight. And I told him, and I said, listen, what makes this so unique is you don't have to sell anything. All you need to do is basically just push this out to people you know, just by email and text, and we're going to tell you how to in just a second. You push it out, let them decide. And after they decide, then they'll come to these live presentations we're doing Tuesday and Thursday to be able to see what it's all about, get a bigger picture view of it, to ask any question they want to ask. And then they do the same thing. They don't have to do anything else. Nobody does. You don't have to do meetings. You don't have to do trainings. You don't have to sell anything. You don't care if a person buys, they don't buy. They just buy what they want. It's just like when people go on Amazon, you're not telling your neighbor, hey, I need you to buy this on Amazon. No, your neighbor goes and buys on Amazon what they want to buy. And that's what we're creating here is the same concept. People will buy what they want, when they want, and when they do, you get paid. And the beauty of it is you get paid through what we're looking at on this chart, this 10 tiers. Now, you notice here, we're only showing this through 5 tiers, right? Because and if you look at the numbers through 5 tiers and based on everybody just having 1 product purchase a month, if they want to, maybe they'll do less. You can see how staggering those monthly numbers. And remember, that column on the right, that's your total monthly income. That's your total monthly income through 5 tiers. What's going to happen when your 6th tier starts to mature, and your 7th tier, and your 8th tier, and your 9th tier, and your 10th tier? What happens then? But even more importantly, what do you think could happen if on tier 1, that number 5 you see there, if you put it in place of that number 5, what if you put a number 10, or you put 15 or 20 or 50 or 100 in that little tier 1 block right there where you're showing you putting that, because that's the only thing you really do. Remember, everything that happens after that, that's out of your control. You're getting paid on it, which is what makes this so exciting for people. And if you really get this, and that's what I keep saying, if people really understand this, even if they look at this and go, I don't believe that's going to happen, fine, don't believe it. But why wouldn't you try to do it? Because if you start with just 2 or 3 and watch it grow, and it will, you're going to go, uh-oh, this is working. Maybe I should get 4 or 5. Maybe I should get 10. Maybe I should get 20. Or some of you that are very smart and just know it's just numbers. And if we're going to have a great product, you're going to go out, what I'm doing and what my wife's doing and what a lot of people I'm talking to, you're shooting for 100 to 200 on your first tier because it's going to be that simple to do. It really is, ladies and gentlemen. And I want you to think about this on a bigger scale, because as big as these numbers would look like with just the CBD gig, then you got to realize, say it's July and August and travel comes back. And remember, everybody that's now in your organization, because you've started this and built it, and they got in for free and they built it and everything. And all of a sudden, maybe you got 10,000, maybe you got 20,000, maybe you got 50,000 people, who knows, sitting within your 10 tiers. Maybe you got more than that. And all of a sudden, August rolls around, or July, whenever it happens. And they go, wow, travel's back. Let me check out this e-gig for travel. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? They stay right where they're at. When they do this, they sit right in the same place in your 10 tiers of referrals, and that's where they start from. And they grow and they start to travel. Now you're making money on this, all the CBD products that are purchased in your 10 tiers. You're making money on the travel products that are purchased within your 10 tier. And then all of a sudden, wow, the next e-gig comes along. And I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, right now, we're building this to be cookie cutter. The whole purpose of doing this was not to have one or two products. I mean, we've already registered more gig names than you could imagine for probably everything you can think of, from technology to fashion to, hey, help me out, Tracy. What are some of the other ones we've registered? I know we've registered about every category you can think of.
Tech, sports.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Baby gig. We're gonna have a baby gig.
Fashion gig.
Yeah.
Yeah. Geez. I think you said a lot of them. Yeah, but we've got a ton of them.
And the whole purpose is as this thing starts to build, we're going to be able to go. Because think about this. Once we build this first gig with the CBD, and of course we've already got the travel going, it's just going to explode. You think how easy it's going to be for us to go to a major manufacturer. I don't care what they manufacture and say, how would you like to have the next e-gig in your industry? What do you think they're going to say? They're all about selling products. And if we've got the vehicle that moves those products to the American consumer, and not just them, by the way, guys, this is going to be global one day, and then internationally, you think they're going to say no? No, they won't. It's just like what happened with Amazon. When Amazon first started, do you think everybody ran to Amazon and said, hey, we want to put our stuff on Amazon? No, Amazon started off as a book club. Well, look what's happened. They've got every product known to man. Well, guess what? We're going to be just like Amazon, except we're Amazon on steroids because of this 10-tier referral system that you're looking at right here. And, you know, we could be the company that can make Amazon look back and go, what happened? Where'd everybody go? You know, it might be 5 years from now, but I think that's a possibility. Where'd everybody go? Oh, they're doing e-gigs. Well, who are these e-gig companies? Oh, they're all one company owned by one group. And it's all you folks that control it all, because you're sitting at the foundation, because you got excited tonight and you said, you know what? I'm going to start signing some people up. I'm just going to put them in. I'm going to let them come to the presentation on Thursday and Tuesdays and decide for themselves. I'm just going to go, because all I have to do, and by the way, let's go to the how-to part now, which is exciting. It starts tomorrow for you, because tomorrow we're going to send everybody. Oh, by the way, you can drop this off now. We've looked at that enough. You get it. You get the idea on how this thing builds. So starting tomorrow, we're going to send you an email, and we'll put it in your back office. And what it's going to be is the steps for you to follow to explode this thing. It's going to give you all those kind of things you need to understand, how simple it really is. But basically what it's doing is it's giving you very simple templates where you just insert the name of the person you send it to, and obviously your web address, because remember, the moment somebody signs up to this, the moment they sign up for free, they immediately get a replicated website that they then in turn can do the exact same thing you just did. Think about that. It's the moment they sign up for free, they don't have to wait for a Tuesday presentation. They don't have to do it. They can start putting people in within seconds. And remember, since it's free and people are going to be excited, they're going to start doing that. They're going to start testing the water, and they're going to have a very simple procedure to follow. Say, this is what you do. Here's your text message you send out. That's text message 1. Here's text message 2 that you send out as a follow-up if they didn't respond. Here's number 3. And why do you do 3? Because believe it or not, most people, it takes 2 to 3 times for somebody goes, oh, what is this? Maybe I better take a look at this. So whether it's the second text they get or the third text they get, eventually they're going to sign. Or they might come back to you and say, hey, don't text me anymore. Okay, fine. Who cares? You're good. You know, yeah, you've had that. My wife's had that happen. Say, okay, they'll come back later. They'll come back and say, well, I didn't understand. I didn't really look at it. Well, of course you didn't. Because if you looked at it, you would have said, don't text me again. You would have been in here doing this. So that's the beauty of this. We're giving you guys a system that really, it doesn't matter. And then once they come in and they enroll to this process, they immediately go to these presentations to get all their training, their help, and everything they need. You're done. Your job's done. Now you might want to have conversations with people. That's fine if you want to. Not going to be necessary because we're going to do all the heavy lifting in this. We don't want anybody to have to convince anybody of anything. We want to do all the convincing because we've got all the tools and all the mechanisms and everything in place to do that for you. Your one job to change your life, and I do mean to change your life, is to sign people up for free. That's it. Sign people up for free. That's it. I mean, think of how, when does that ever happen where you could actually say, and it's not like sign up for free and then we're going to hit them with a, hey, you got to pay a monthly, or we're going to hit them with, oh, surprise, surprise, you got this, or surprise. No, sign up for free and they're just there and they can do the same thing. And that's why this thing will go viral. So starting tomorrow, you'll get that, the how-to steps and what to do. And then you can start sending this stuff up. So by Tuesday, when we do our next presentation, if you start on this tomorrow, my guess is you might have 10 or 20 guests that will come to that presentation on Tuesday to see what this is all about. And that's when they're going to look at this and go, wow, I got to do this. I'm gone. And then all of a sudden you look back and you go, wow, how did this all happen? Again, I just don't think there's anything like this that exists. I know there's nothing like this that exists. We're so unique and so different. And ladies and gentlemen, you have the opportunity of a lifetime. I'm going to end with one last thing before we open it up to some Q&A. And that is this. Have fun. I mean that, have fun. I mean, where can you do a business like this where you can literally sit at home, like we said, in your pajamas or in your jeans or whatever, you're comfortable, your sweatpants. Let's send this message to the world, have them sign up, and this business just build and build and build and get paid like this. Nowhere. And the beauty of this is, and this is what you should look at when I say have fun, start thinking of the things you want from this business. I mean, wouldn't it be nice? I always told people, I said, I always people say, why do you do the work you do and all that stuff? Well, because I like to have fun. I like to have fun. But to me, having fun, and this is what I want everybody that's on this call tonight, anybody that ever joins this, to be able to do. Having fun to me is to be able to go to a shopping mall, to walk in the front doors of a huge shopping mall and know, and this is one of the greatest fun experiences, and you can buy anything you want in that store because you don't have any financial woes or worries. Anything you want is yours. Think about how much fun that would be for you to walk into that mall and go, whatever I want, it's mine. Or to actually start thinking about that unbelievable home you'd like to have and realize it's going to become a reality through this business. Or maybe to start with, it's the car of your dreams. For a lot of us, it's starting with something like I just wish I could have that car. Well, I've always told people, you never get what you want in life. You get who you are. You get who you are because you start believing in something and you do something. So if you start this, and that's what I said at the very beginning, if you start this by taking that first step, which is you've either enrolled already or you start sending this to other people, you're halfway home. You're halfway there already to being exactly what you want in life and to be able to have the fun in life. And everybody should have that kind of fun. I really do. I mean, we always talk about it all the time. I mean, maybe fun for you is travel. A lot of people love to travel, right? I mean, we love to travel. We love to go to destinations we've never been. We still talk about, because that's the greatest memories of life. We still talk about our last trip to Italy. Right now, it's kind of sad what's happening there, but that's going to pass. It's going to pass. But we talk about how much exciting, how much fun it was for us to be there. And that's what you should have. You need to start with that. So start with that. Look, I'm going to have fun with this. I'm really going to have fun with it. And then everything else will follow. So with that being said, I'm going to open it up to questions.
Yeah, we definitely have some. I do want to share with people, because there have been several questions about steps and things that we did. And you talked about this on Tuesday. I want to make sure everybody's clear on this, that if you were currently a DBO, you do not have to sign up. You automatically are in and have access to the CBD products when they come out. So I want to make sure you understand that you're free to sign up as many people as you want. And I'm just going to share my screen really quick so that you can see some of the steps. So if you go to lifetrends.com and you put in your, let's say, your website name. So
should you put in CBD first, though?
No, I'm going to show them from a standpoint, because some people are asking where they get their cards. And right now, people already have cards that lead people to their website name. So I just want to show them this card. So if you go in with your website name and you click on make your choice, the CBD option is right here. So if you hand out those cards, you can go ahead and enroll someone right from here with the existing cards that you guys have which are the ones that you can purchase via web to print or print yourself. And that is already in place. As far as the CBD version, if you put lifetrends.com/CBD, you can also put your website name at the end of it. And I'll just do this right here so that you can see. And when you click on enroll free, it'll automatically put your information in and you can enroll. So
yeah, throw back there. Yes, look at that first thing. Show that again where you actually all your information, because you did it from your replicated website. Okay,
yep.
showing you right there. Go back into the enroll free again, hit the quick button on there.
It automatically fills in.
Right here at the very top. It's already in. So you've already got that person's already permanently attached to you, and you're off and running. So as Tracy said, whether you want to do it from the cards you've got right now, but tell them to look for the CBD side. Also, what you're doing is kind of exposing them to the travel, which people are going to be, well, what's that all about? Well, you might not want to do that right now. Let's get you going to the CBD side, and you get to that later. Or some people say, well, I want to do it now. That's fine too. But that's the beautiful one way to do it. The other way is just send them straight to the CBD site. You can do it with the lifetrends.com/CBD, and then give them your DBO number. But I wouldn't do that because people can always mess it up. So it's better if you use your replicated website name with the CBD in there and send them that way. That way they're immediately in. It's all built in for you. They just sign up for free. The moment they get through signing up, is Tracy was showing. Think about it. They hit a button, submit, boom. They've got their own replicated website. They name their website. Then at that time, they go, I want to call my website Freedom, or whatever it is, or Fun. And whatever you want to name your website, you can call it that. And then the moment you do that, that's your replicated website. Now you can send everybody to lifetrends.com/CBD/fun, because that's your website. The moment they hit that, they go in, they're signed up, they're off and running. 2 seconds later. Think how fast this can go, ladies and gentlemen, when you start doing this, because it starts with you digging the hole. Remember the digging the hole story? How do you build a building? Well, the only way you can build a building is you got to start with a foundation. How do you start with a foundation? Guess what? You take a shovel and you start digging a hole. That's all it is. You start. And the moment you start, the rest takes care of itself. See, and this is one of the things I get kind of wired with people when I go, and I see people in life, and they go, yeah, but that's just not me. I don't believe this stuff, and it's not going to happen to me. And my response is, you're right. It won't. And that's sad, because the only reason it won't is because you believe it so strongly that you'll make sure it doesn't happen to you. But if you take that reverse approach and go, you know what? Why not? Why not? Why couldn't I have 100,000 people that are paying me a commission every month for the rest of my life, and I never have to worry again? And when I walk into the malls, I buy what I want, when I want. I drive the cars I want. I live the homes I want. I travel the world the way I want. And I don't even have a job anymore. That's fun. Why not? Why not? Particularly in this great country of ours. And so
we've got.
I'm gonna carry away. Back to the questions. I'll answer questions.
I love your excitement, Mark. It's contagious. So they want you to explain a little bit about the manufacturing, the independent labs or what have you. Do we have published results? Is it grown organically in the USA? Those kind of questions. So can you tell them a little bit about the couple of groups?
I can tell you this, okay? And again, we're just deciding right now on which of the suppliers. We pretty much got down to what we want, how we want it, the timetables we want delivered. So what we really got to look at right now, this is the final steps, is who is going to give us the best pricing, because that's really what it's down to now. So I'm kind of at that negotiation stage right now, negotiating the best prices. But obviously, I want to get this thing out to everybody in April, as promised. So I'm going to probably have to live with maybe not exactly what I want, and I'll have to renegotiate that again a little later on, because what we truly want with this business, and we have to have this business, is we have to have true manufacturer pricing. We're not a middle person. We're not going to be dealing through wholesalers and distributors and that type of thing. We're only going to deal with major manufacturing companies. So this much I can tell you. In the plants that we're looking at right now, these are the major CBD plants in the United States. And again, I'll be glad to share exactly who they are when we at the point where everybody's got our deals signed, contract, and our prices negotiated. Then I'll share with you who they are. Hopefully that could be as early as next week. It might be the following week, but I think it's going to be as early as next week. So again, they're going to be FDA certified plants. And what does it mean by that? In CBD today, these plants can't just be GMP. That's great to be a GMP, which is, they follow general manufacturing, procedures. That's great, but they have to actually be right now FDA audited and certified because of the requirements of handling CBD and shipping it, through interstate commerce. So that's very, very important that that be done. So those are the types of plants we'll work with. Obviously, when they're FDA audited and certified like that, what that means is when they bring in the raw materials from wherever the plant, wherever the actual CBD and the hemp is grown, everything has to go into quarantine. It has to be assayed as far as what's in every product. See, a lot of the people who've been selling CBD right now, it's all over the place. I mean, they don't have, in the labels on the products, they don't even really have what's in there. We're not going to do that. Whatever we represent it to be, it's going to be, because these are going to be the best manufacturing facilities that do all those things and do it properly. Because again, guys, we're doing this for the long haul. And that's another reason why it has to be such big companies. And remember, guys, the reason that I can't just do it, I know that's like everybody, well, be a miracle worker. Well, this is something that we decided because of the coronavirus, which only just really hit us all very shortly. We decided, you know what? We need to go ahead and push this whole thing with the CBD faster. We were all in that stage of doing and building everything for it. But now, because of this, we felt like the urgency to get it done now. So that's why we're very focused on it. So it's going to be done, and you'll get to see all that very quickly. Obviously, nobody's taking a risk because they're signing up for free. So if we don't deliver, what happens? Then nothing happens, right? So a lot of you might want to wait. And sometimes I get a little frustrated. People say, well, I want to wait, because I always feel like when people say, well, I got to wait till I see all that. Well, good. That's okay. You can wait. Some people's mentality, I get it. You got to wait. You got to see it all. But here's what I also say. Most people will wait, even when that's done. They're saying, well, I got to wait for the next thing to happen, the next thing. And they're always waiting. They're never doing. And I've always found in life, if you want to be successful, step out on the edge just a little bit. Now, I don't ever mean step out on the edge where you're going to hurt somebody financially or do anything like that. I would never do that to you or anybody. But just step out on the edge. Here we're talking about allowing people to get involved at the highest level, the quickest at the first. I think that's a real blessing for people. And then as this starts to unfold, they'll make their own decision like, wow, I love these products, or no, I don't care about them. Whatever that decision they make, they'll make that. But I promise you, they're not going to be disappointed by our products or our pricing. And we're actually dealing, a third company actually came into play today, and I can't say who they are, but a third major CBD supplier came into play today that has a real big name recognition behind them. And they want to do something with it. So now I got them in the mix. So I'm looking at what they can do. And they've got a complete product line that's built right now. It's in the major stores right now. They're willing to do a wholesale deal with us, wholesale manufacturing pricing deal goes right now. So I'm going to start that negotiation. We'll see where that goes. Okay, next.
Okay, so let me see. There's quite a few people in here. So some people are bringing up items about travel items, and I'm not sure you want to answer those right now during this.
Yeah, right now what I'd like to, because I mean, obviously Life Trends, we're Life Trends about the travel. Here's what you can do. If you got any questions on that, you can send in a support ticket. But I will mention one thing, which I mentioned last week. For all of you that are in Life Trends right now and subscribers, what we're going to do, because we know people can't travel much during the month of coming up here in April and May. It's just not going to, and we might extend it to June depending on what happens. But as a way of saying thank you and for you to maintain your subscription, what we're going to do is we're going to give everybody in April and in May, if they're a subscriber right now, we're going to give them a $100 cash certificate each month, not one time, but each month to offset their subscription fees. And it'll be something you can use at the drive-throughs and stuff, to get the $100. So that'll be a nice thing for everybody. So that's about the only thing I want to say about that. The travel will come back full scale here in the coming months. We'll go back to probably in the next couple of weeks, we'll probably go back to doing one night of presentations strictly for the travel side, because I mean, I have a lot of people that are calling me and saying, Mark, we're still putting people in, want to put people in for the travel right now. And that's okay, but we'll do that separate from this. We'll kind of keep this the CBD presentation. And then when we go back, that we'll have the presentation for those that are interested in the travel. That way, people if they want to.
Right, and I'll tell you the support ticket system. If you go up to support at lifetrends.supportsystem.tickets.com, you can actually get there, and we check it every day, and so it's an easier way to get to us, and we can answer you in a more thorough way. Some people are asking questions on here that are related, and I really need them to go ahead and go through that support system area, and you can get to that from the site. So,
Hey Tracy, just one more question, because one thing I don't want to keep these things long. I want to kind of keep them, really concise and full of excitement, and let's end on a high note and let's go, guys. Because again, you're going to have what you need tomorrow to start duplicating and replicating this thing on a viral basis. So we'll make sure that gets out to you. So one last question, and then we'll close up this evening.
Yeah, I think everybody is just really excited about it. That's what it looks like. They just want to know when they can get some cards via the CBD, and I know that Dave is working on getting something that people can do themselves. And so we'll see what we can get out tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. So you'll see that coming out to you tomorrow. That'll be your starting point. I would think if you took the weekend and just sent out 50 or 100, watch what happens on Tuesday. And then again, there'll be follow-up, because sometimes with everybody, just know this is true with all of us in life. Sometimes it takes that first, second, or even that third touch where a person goes, oh, okay, let me check this out. So don't be afraid to send a text and then have the follow-up text that comes, and the follow-up text that comes. And then sometimes people go, what is this all about? Okay, let me check it out. Next thing you know, you got somebody, they're building, they're off and running. Okay? So with that, say good night.
Good night.
Last word.
Good night.
Have fun. Think about fun. All right.
Have a great
Good night, guys.
Good night, everybody.